What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop, and I have got an interesting video for you guys today. When it comes to Pokemon, people usually don't have stronger opinions about any of them when it comes to legendary and mythical Pokemon. As of the making of this video, there are nearly 70 legendary and mythical Pokemon out there that come in all shapes and sizes. Since these Pokemon are such a popular topic of discussion amongst the fans, I thought it would be fun to go ahead and rank every single one of them from worst to best. Now, since there's so many Pokemon to cover in a single video, I'm going to be giving you guys my rapid fire 5 to 10 second reaction about each of them and tell you why I have them ranked so high or why I have them ranked so low. And of course, just to put it out there, this is strictly my own opinion. So with all that being said, why don't we go ahead and just take a look. Starting off at number 68, 67, and 66, we have Tornadus, Landorus, and Thundurus. And honestly, I don't think these guys should exist given how many Unova Pokemon we already had to begin with, because to me, they don't really look like Pokemon at all. Number 65 is Regigigas, because even though it's a Trio Master, it isn't really the coolest looking thing ever, and it has the worst ability known to mankind. Number 64 is Genesect, because honestly, it's kind of like a ripoff of Mewtwo, where it's a biogenetically engineered Pokemon that was created by the evil team, so it's like, we have already seen this before. Number 63 is Cosmoem. Now, don't really have anything against Cosmoem, but I don't really have anything for it either. It's just kind of that one Pokemon that sits between Cosmog and Solgaleo and Lunala, and you could kind of easily forget about it. Speaking of Pokemon of a forgettable variety, number 62 is Phione. It's kind of like the less cool, less memorable, less needed version of Manaphy. Number 61 is Moltres, and while I really want to like Moltres more, ever since the internet came out and said it looks like a rubber chicken without its flames, that's just something I can't unsee. Number 60 is Type Null, and the reason why I have Type Null at number 60 is because even though I really like it as a Pokemon, it's hard for me personally to look at it as a legendary. It just, for whatever reason, I don't really perceive it as a legendary, so I could only rank it so high on a legendary list. Number 59 is Yuki, and ever since I first saw Yuki, I always thought its face looked like the face of an old sleeping grandma, and I'm sorry, that's just not really what I want in a legendary Pokemon. Number 58 is Zapdos, and I really don't have anything against Zapdos at all. I just feel like there are a lot more legendary Pokemon that have a lot more pizzazz to them than Zapdos does. Number 57 and 56 are Zekrom and Reshiram respectively, and they kind of have the same thing going on as Zapdos, where they're cool, but they're pretty just black and white, if you know what I'm saying. Number 55 is Virizion, and while this is not a bad Pokemon at all, I cannot get the word Verizon out of my head every time I hear its name, and I honestly just call it that all the time, so I couldn't really rank it super high because of that. Number 54 is Terrakion, and I honestly just love saying Terrakion's name. Terrakion, 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 Terrakion. Number 53 is Cobalion, and obviously it's my favorite part of the Swords of Justice. It's a great majestic Pokemon, but overall these guys are one of my least favorite legendary trios of them all. Number 52 is Taboo Lele, honestly my least favorite of the Island Guardians because it honestly just reminds me of Bowser Jr. flying around in his clown car. Number 51 is Tapu Fini, because honestly, it cannot be comfortable at all standing in that position inside that cramped shell. Number 50 is Mesprit. Now, Mesprit is really cool, and the Lake Guardians are similar to the Island Guardians, but there are a couple other Island Guardians that just have a bit more flair than Mesprit. Now, of the Island Guardians and the Lake Guardians, in the middle of the pack at 49 is Tapu Koko. Now, Tapu Koko's in the middle of the pack because it's definitely not the worst of this group, but it's not really my favorite either. It's just kind of a cool Pokemon that's just sort of there. Number 48 is Azelf. It's my favorite of the Lake Guardians, and I really just always liked its more simple approach, and that's what always really appealed to me as a kid and as an adult. Number 47 is my favorite of the Island Guardians and my favorite quote-unquote Guardian overall, and that is Taboo Bulu. Now, didn't really expect it to be my favorite, but its design just really pops for me, and that's really something I enjoy with a Pokemon design, is when it really stands out. Now, number 46 is Articuno because it is the best looking of the legendary birds, it is the most majestic, and it is the most challenging to find. Overall, makes for an awesome Pokemon. Number 45 is Heatran. Now, Heatran is a very, very cool legendary with a very cool typing, but it's also one of the most forgettable legendary and mythical Pokemon, and that can only get you so far on this type of a list. Number 44 is Palkia, and while Palkia has an awesome inspiration being based on literally space, it was also the reason why I wanted to play Diamond version more than Pearl version. Now number 43 is Manaphy, because Manaphy is cute AF, but it doesn't really have much else going for it. Now at 42, 41, and 40 we have the legendary Golems. Number 42 is Registeel, because it's kind of like a meh Pokemon, and it's the most meh of the Golems in my opinion. Number 41 we have Regice, because even though it's cooler in design in my opinion to Registeel, it's called Regice and not Regice, so it's not even technically a Regi, so what the heck are you doing? And number 40 is Regirock, because it's the most appealing design-wise to me, and it's just the coolest. However, the saving grace of all three of these that got them so high on the list is the sequence to acquire them, easily probably the best of any legendary or mythical Pokemon. Number 39 is Kyogre, and while I absolutely love Kyogre and its dynamic with Groudon and Rayquaza, I really much prefer Groudon and Rayquaza. Number 38 is Zygarde, and while I absolutely love Zygarde for all its form changes and its ultimate complete form and all that, I feel like there's still so much more they could have done with Zygarde that they ultimately didn't. Now number 37 is Deoxys. I absolutely love its origin story as a space virus, and every time I look at it, my first thought is, yeah, this thing would definitely kill me. Number 36 is Cresselia. I really like Cresselia, but at the same time, it always felt like the quote-unquote consolation prize when you couldn't get Darkrai because it was locked behind an event. Number 35 is Rayquaza. Now, I know it's kind of in the middle of the list, and there's a lot of Pokemon ahead of it, but I really don't have anything against Rayquaza whatsoever, except maybe that goofy-looking expression on its face. But there's just other Pokemon I like more. Number 34 is Hoopa. Now, I absolutely love Hoopa's concept as being able to travel through dimensions and all that stuff, but when it comes to the smaller legendaries, I tend to prefer the cuter ones, and Hoopa really isn't that cute. Number 33 is Keldeo. Now, Keldeo made it way farther than I was thinking, but it is a cute yet tough horse with a really cool typing, and it's a Trio Master, so I really can't blame it. Now, number 32 is Dialga. I really love Dialga's time inspiration and time concept. It's a really cool Pokemon overall, but I've always thought that its design was kind of just average. 31 is Suicune. Suicune is my least favorite of the legendary dogs just because as a kid I always thought it got too much attention when it got its own version, and Entei didn't get its own version, Raikou didn't get anything, but I mean, it's still a cool Pokemon overall. Now number 30 is Lunala, and Lunala is another one of those Pokemon that's really good. I have zero bad things to say about it. There are just other legendaries out there that I just personally like more. Number 29 is Giratina, and I really appreciate Giratina for taking the role of an evil devil in a children's game. I think that's something that is really, really, really awesome. Number 28 is Meloetta, and Meloetta is a music mythical Pokemon, so of course it's going to be high on my list. However, the one thing holding it back a little bit is that I feel some of the parts of its music-esque design are a little too obvious and could have been incorporated a little more naturally. Number 27 is Magearna, and it made it this far because I absolutely love its backstory as basically the first Pokeball to ever exist. Number 26 is Raikou. Now, I absolutely love Raikou, I just always wish it would have gotten as much attention as Entei and Suicune. I felt it was neglected, and that makes me sad. Number 25 is Diancie, and Diancie is an absolutely beautiful looking Pokemon. I love that it was one of the secret Gen 6 Pokemon that was uncovered early in that generation, and I personally love its relationship with Carbink. Number 24 is Zeraora. Now, I could only put Zeraora so high because we haven't got a chance to use it at all, but its design is amazing, so that got it a lot of brownie points. Number 23 and 22 respectively are Latios and Latias. Both of these guys are really, really good, really sleek looking Pokemon that you can't really say anything bad about at all. Latias is slightly better than Latios in my opinion, just because it looks a little nicer. Number 21 is Arceus, because it's God, and I think if I ranked it any lower, I would probably get struck down by lightning. Number 20 is Kyurem, and I have always loved Kyurem for being the shell of an unknown Pokemon that we probably won't ever see. I absolutely love that mystery. Number 19 is Yveltal. Now, Yveltal and Xerneas are one of the best designed legendary duos ever in my opinion, and if Yveltal wakes up, it can kill you, so can't really hate on it that much. Number 18 is Silvally, and even though I feel similar to Silvally as I do with Type Null in terms of it being a legendary, it's just so dang cool and I love its backstory, so I couldn't help letting it climb so high on this list. Number 17 is Necrozma, and when you think about it, Necrozma is like the most hood Pokemon ever. It just goes from world to world jacking up people's life. It's basically like an intergalactic gangster, and you cannot hate on that. Number 16 is Darkrai because it's basically the most evil looking Pokemon ever, and it can give you never-ending nightmares, and I am not about to jack up my sleep schedule, so Darkrai, you earn that number 16 spot. Number 15 is Jirachi, an adorable Pokemon that can grant wishes? Yes, please. Number 14 is Mewtwo because by default, Mewtwo gets a top tier ranking because it's Mewtwo. Need I say more? Number 13 is Solgaleo, and I have absolutely loved everything about Solgaleo since it was announced. I absolutely love its design. I just wish somehow that they could have incorporated the fire type. Number 12 is Volcanion, and I absolutely love its concept, its design, and its typing. And I believe, in my opinion, it's one of the most criminally underused Pokemon ever. Number 11 is Cosmog, because you can't possibly not like this sassy little space cloud. Get in the bag, Nebby. Or, you know what? Or not. Just whatever you want to do, little buddy. Number 10 is Mew. Now, Mew is the reason Mewtwo exists, and it can learn every move in existence. That's basically the definition of what the ultimate Pokemon is, and in Generation 1, it was just that. Number 9 is Ho-Oh. I've always loved and been fascinated by Ho-Oh ever since it appeared in the first episode of the anime, before we knew that Generation 2 was even possible. To me, it represents the ever-bright future of Pokemon. Number 8 is Groudon. Now, Groudon represents my playthrough with Pokemon Ruby, and playing Pokemon Ruby for the first time was an absolutely magical experience, so I will forever love Groudon. Number 7 is Shaymin, and I absolutely love that Shaymin is about peace and gratitude, and seeing that come from a mythical Pokemon is just so refreshing, plus it's adorable, so I absolutely love it. Number 6 is Victini. Now, Victini has an amazing design, an amazing typing, an amazing event to play through in Gen 5, a unique factor in being number 0 in the Pokedex. It's easily one of the best parts of Generation 5. Number 5 is Entei. Now, Entei was another childhood favorite of mine, plus he shares the voice with Yami Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which there's nothing more I need to say about that. Number 4 is Xerneas. Now, I personally believe Xerneas is one of the best designed Pokemon ever. I love its colorful design, and honestly, you can sum it up in 2 words: rainbow, reindeer. How much more epic do you need? Number 3 is Celebi. Now, I really love Celebi once again for its time travel concept, and it reminds me of the playground era of Pokemon where you heard so many different rumors and speculations as to how to actually get it. So I have a lot of fond memories for Celebi. Now, number 2 is Lugia. Of course, Lugia is awesome. It's so strong, it's so powerful, has an amazing design, amazing role in Pokemon the movie 2000, and it represents Pokemon Silver and Soul Silver, my favorite Pokemon games ever. And last but not least, it's actually last but most because it's number 1, is Marsh Shadow. Now, honestly, this was super surprising. I did not expect Marsh Shadow to take the number 1 spot, but I love everything about it. I love its design, I love its personality, I love its concept, I love its abilities, I love its typing. It really has, for me, the entire complete package. And there we have it. Honestly, this list was surprising even to myself because even though I've always had my more favorite legendaries, I've never really hardcore ranked them before. And I was honestly super surprised to see Marsh Shadow actually take the number 1 spot, so I really had a lot of fun with this. If you guys enjoyed the video as well, be sure to leave a like and let me know what you thought about these rankings. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and while I don't really expect you to rank the entire 68 yourself, I would love to hear your personal top 5 or top 10. Also, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more great Pokemon content each and every week, especially with the new Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch right around the corner. Anyways, though, with all of that being said, I want to thank you guys one more time for watching. I appreciate it so much. I will be back with another video very, very soon, and until then, as always, I will smell you guys later.